Hello, dear friends. Let's take a quiet moment together and talk about something that matters deeply to so many of us as we age. You know, there's a common thought that sometimes sneaks into our minds. I need my family to be happy. I need my children or grandchildren to take care of me so I can feel secure. And it's a natural thought. Family is important. But here's the thing: real happiness, real health, and true peace often come from within. They come from the things you can control yourself, from the habits you nurture, from the small choices you make every single day. As we grow older, it's tempting to rely on others, on children, on family, on even close friends, to bring us joy or to solve our problems. But that can be a tricky path. Because no matter how much our loved ones care about us, they have their own lives, their own challenges, their own responsibilities. Relying too much on them can create stress, frustration, or even a sense of guilt, both for us and for them. And that's why learning to rely on yourself, your own abilities, your own choices, and your own inner resources is so important. It's not about pushing family away or refusing help when needed. It's about taking ownership of your life, your happiness, and your health. When you do that, you gain freedom. You gain confidence. And most importantly, you gain peace of mind. Before we get started, I want to ask you something simple. If you're here because you want to live a happier, healthier, and more peaceful life after 60, drop a quick comment below that says, "I'm here." It lets me know this message is reaching the right people. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to Senior Longevity Tips, where every week we share practical advice to help you stay independent, strong, and joyful in your golden years. So today, I want to share with you 6 things that you can rely on, things that are yours, and yours alone, that can help you feel happier, healthier, and calmer in your daily life. These are not complicated. They don't require any special equipment or money. They are simple, practical, and deeply human. And the best part? You can start with them today. The first one is your health. Your body is your most important companion. Taking care of it doesn't mean pushing yourself to extremes. It's about gentle, consistent care, moving your body, eating in a way that feels good, sleeping enough, and listening to what your body needs. Even a short walk, stretching, or just sitting outside and breathing fresh air is a gift you give yourself. Every small choice to care for your body adds up over time and strengthens your sense of independence. The second one is your mind. Keeping your mind active is like watering a garden. Reading a book, doing puzzles, learning something new, or even having meaningful conversations with friends keeps your brain sharp. A lively mind is a joyful mind. It keeps you curious, alert, and engaged with the world around you. And when your mind stays strong, it gives you confidence to face each day with clarity and calm. The third thing you can rely on is your emotional health. This one is quiet but powerful. Life can bring moments of sadness, worry, or frustration, and that's perfectly normal. But learning how to care for your own emotions, how to find calm, how to let go of what you cannot change, and how to focus on what brings you joy, is life-changing. Simple practices like deep breathing, journaling, or just sitting in quiet reflection can help you feel centered and peaceful. You'll find that when you nurture your emotional health, you become more resilient and more joyful, no matter what life brings. The fourth thing is your social connections outside of your family. Friends, neighbors, or people in your community can provide support, laughter, and companionship. Joining clubs, volunteering, or simply spending time with friends who share your interests keeps life full and meaningful. When you nurture these relationships, you are not only giving yourself joy, but you're also strengthening your sense of purpose. You become a valuable part of a community, which is deeply fulfilling. The fifth thing you can rely on is your personal hobbies and interests. This is about doing what makes you feel alive. It might be painting, gardening, cooking, music, or even collecting things you love. Hobbies give you a sense of achievement, creativity, and satisfaction. They bring moments of delight each day and remind you that life is still rich and full of experiences to enjoy. The sixth and final thing is financial independence. Having control over your own money, budgeting wisely, and making thoughtful choices allows you to feel secure and confident. It reduces stress and gives you the freedom to make decisions that support your well-being, rather than feeling dependent on others. Even small steps, like keeping track of expenses or planning ahead, can make a big difference in your peace of mind. When you combine all 6 of these, your health, your mind, your emotional well-being, social connections, hobbies, and financial independence, you start to see the full picture of a life that is truly yours. A life where you are the one in control of your happiness, your health, and your peace. And the wonderful thing is, these are all within your reach, right now. Now let's think about how you can bring these 6 things into your daily life. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need a big plan or perfect conditions. Even small, gentle steps can have a huge impact over time. For your health, start with something simple: a short walk around your neighborhood, stretching in the morning, or just taking a few minutes to breathe deeply and feel your body move. Small, consistent actions like this strengthen your heart, improve your energy, and help you feel in control of your body. For your mind, try reading a chapter of a book, solving a crossword, or even learning a new skill online. You can have fun with it. Choose something that excites your curiosity. Engaging your mind regularly keeps you alert and gives you the confidence to face each day with clarity. For emotional health, find little ways to nurture your spirit. Maybe it's keeping a journal, reflecting quietly on what you're grateful for, or practicing simple breathing exercises. These tiny habits can calm anxiety, help you release stress, and bring a quiet joy that lasts throughout the day. When it comes to social connections, even a short phone call to a friend, a visit with a neighbor, or attending a local club or community group can make a big difference. These connections remind you that you matter and that you belong, and they can spark laughter and warmth that fill your days. Your hobbies are your personal source of joy. Set aside a few minutes every day to paint, garden, cook, play music, or work on a collection. These small acts of creativity or interest aren't just fun, they're a way to celebrate life and make each day feel meaningful. And for financial independence, start with something manageable. Check your budget, make a small plan for your monthly expenses, or set aside a little for something special for yourself. Feeling in control of your finances reduces stress and gives you a sense of security and freedom. When you practice these small steps each day, they become habits that support your independence, happiness, and peace. You start to notice subtle changes: more energy, more clarity, a lighter heart, and a calmer mind. And most importantly, you feel empowered. Your life becomes something you actively shape, not just something that happens to you. When you think about all 6 things together, your health, your mind, your emotional well-being, social connections, hobbies, and financial independence, you start to see a full picture of a life that is truly yours. It's a life where you can feel confident, happy, and at peace, without relying solely on anyone else to bring you those feelings. Each of these areas supports the others. Caring for your body gives you the energy to enjoy your hobbies and stay socially active. Keeping your mind sharp allows you to make better decisions and engage more fully in conversations and activities. Emotional balance helps you appreciate the small joys each day. Social connections give life warmth and laughter. Hobbies spark creativity and delight. And financial independence gives you the freedom to make choices that support all of this. The beauty of this approach is that it puts the power in your hands. You are the one in control. You don't have to wait for someone else to make you feel safe, happy, or fulfilled. You have the tools within yourself to create a life that is joyful, healthy, and calm. And here's the gentle truth: you don't need to do everything at once. Small, consistent steps matter far more than big, occasional efforts. A few minutes of walking, a short puzzle, a quiet reflection, a phone call to a friend, a little time with your favorite hobby, a glance at your budget, each of these is a seed you plant. Over time, they grow into confidence, peace, and fulfillment. You might notice that when you rely on yourself in these ways, your relationships with family also improve. You become less dependent, less anxious, and more open to enjoying the time you have with them, rather than feeling frustrated or stressed. Self-reliance doesn't push loved ones away. It allows you to connect with them in a deeper, calmer, and more joyful way. So as you move forward, think of these 6 pillars as your personal toolkit for happiness and peace. They are always available, no matter your circumstances, and they can guide you to a life where you feel empowered, fulfilled, and truly at ease. Let's take a closer look at how you can bring these 6 pillars into your everyday life, step by step. The idea is simple: small, consistent actions create lasting changes. You don't need to overhaul your routine overnight. Just pick one small thing and start there. For your health, try something like this. Take a 5-minute walk in the morning, stretch while you watch TV, or make a habit of drinking a full glass of water each hour. Even these little actions remind your body that it matters and that you are caring for it. Over time, they can make a real difference in energy, strength, and overall wellness. For your mind, do something fun and engaging every day. Read a short article or a chapter from a book, solve a crossword, or learn a new word in a language you like. Even 15 minutes of focused mental activity keeps your brain active, sharp, and alert. It's like giving your mind a gentle workout that pays off every day. For emotional well-being, take a few minutes to pause and breathe. Reflect on something you're grateful for, write it down, or simply sit quietly and notice your surroundings. These small moments help you release stress and cultivate calm, making it easier to enjoy the present moment. For social connections, reach out to one person each day. A quick phone call, a short chat with a neighbor, or a friendly hello on a walk can brighten your day and theirs. Joining a club, attending a local event, or volunteering for a small activity also brings new energy and a sense of belonging. When it comes to hobbies, set aside a small block of time for something that excites you. Even 20 minutes a day painting, gardening, cooking, or playing music can make a big difference in your happiness and sense of accomplishment. Hobbies remind you that life is still full of experiences and joy, no matter your age. And for financial independence, start with a small habit. Review your budget once a week, track a small expense, or set aside a little savings for something you enjoy. Feeling in control of your money reduces anxiety and gives you freedom to make choices that support your health, your hobbies, and your peace of mind. The key here is consistency, not intensity. These small steps, repeated day after day, create a life where you feel empowered, calm, and fulfilled. You start noticing subtle changes: more energy, clearer thinking, a lighter heart, and a sense of accomplishment. And the best part? You're doing this for yourself, because you deserve it. Now, let's take a step back and see how all 6 of these pillars: health, mind, emotional well-being, social connections, hobbies, and financial independence work together to create a life that is truly yours. When you focus on these areas, you're not just surviving each day, you're thriving. You're building a life full of energy, clarity, joy, and peace. Think about it this way: your health gives you the strength to move, to participate, to enjoy life. Your mind keeps you alert, curious, and confident. Emotional balance allows you to navigate challenges with calm and grace. Social connections bring laughter, support, and a sense of belonging. Hobbies give life color and meaning. And financial independence frees you from worry and gives you the ability to make choices for yourself. When all of these are in place, you feel empowered. You feel capable. You feel a deep, quiet satisfaction in knowing that your happiness and peace are not entirely in someone else's hands. They are in yours. And that sense of control is incredibly powerful. It reduces anxiety, it builds confidence, and it allows you to enjoy relationships with your family and friends without feeling dependent or stressed. Here's a gentle truth: each small action you take in these 6 areas adds up. One short walk today, one phone call with a friend, one quiet moment of reflection, one small step in your hobby, or one check of your budget, it all matters. Over time, these small acts build momentum, like a river that slowly grows stronger and wider. And before you know it, you have a life that feels full, meaningful, and joyful. And here's the thing: your family benefits too. When you rely on yourself and cultivate these 6 pillars, you bring a calmer, happier, more fulfilled version of yourself to every interaction. You give love and support without feeling stressed or exhausted. You become an example, a source of inspiration, a reminder that happiness and peace are choices we make every day. So, think of these 6 pillars as your personal toolkit, a toolkit for independence, health, joy, and calm. They are yours to use whenever you like, and each small step forward makes a difference. You have the power to shape your days, your weeks, and your life in a way that feels meaningful and deeply satisfying. Let me share a few stories that may feel familiar, because they show how these 6 pillars come alive in everyday life. Take Margaret, for example. She's 72 and started small, just a 10-minute walk around her block every morning. Over time, she added stretching, then some light gardening. She noticed that not only did her body feel stronger, but she also felt more energetic and confident throughout the day. Her health became her foundation, giving her the freedom to enjoy other activities she loved. Then there's James, 68. He always loved puzzles and reading, but in the last few years, he decided to dedicate 20 minutes each day to a new language course online. Keeping his mind active made him feel sharp and curious again. He even joined a local language club, where he met friends and had lively conversations, stimulating his brain and nurturing social connections at the same time. Or think about Linda, 70, who began journaling her thoughts and practicing a few minutes of meditation each evening. At first, it felt strange, but soon she noticed a quiet calm entering her life. Challenges that used to feel overwhelming became easier to handle. Her emotional well-being improved, and her relationships with friends and family became more relaxed and joyful. And consider Robert, 75, who rekindled his love for painting. Even 15 minutes a day spent with his brushes and colors brought him happiness and a sense of accomplishment. Hobbies, no matter how small, reminded him that life is still full of joy and creativity. Finally, think about Eleanor, 69, who began tracking her monthly budget and planning small savings goals. She felt a sense of security and pride in being financially independent, knowing she could make decisions for herself without depending on anyone else. That sense of control brought her peace of mind and allowed her to enjoy her family time even more. These stories show a common truth: it's the small, consistent actions across these 6 areas that build a life of independence, happiness, and calm. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You just need to start, step by step, and trust that each choice matters. And as you do, you'll notice subtle but powerful changes in your energy, your mood, and your overall sense of fulfillment. Now, as we reflect on all 6 pillars together, you can see how they connect and support one another. When you care for your health, your body gives you the strength to move, enjoy hobbies, and stay active in your community. When you keep your mind sharp, you feel confident making decisions and engaging in conversation. When you nurture your emotional well-being, you handle challenges with calm and grace. Social connections bring warmth and laughter. Hobbies spark joy and creativity. And financial independence gives you the freedom to make choices that support all of this. The beauty of these 6 pillars is that they are yours. They are tools you can use every day, in your own way, at your own pace. You don't need anyone else to create happiness or peace for you. They come from the choices you make, from the attention you give yourself, and from the small habits you practice consistently. Imagine a day where you've taken a short walk, done something to stimulate your mind, reached out to a friend, enjoyed a hobby, practiced a quiet moment of reflection, and felt confident in your financial choices. That day is a perfect example of living fully and independently. It's a reminder that joy, calm, and health are built day by day, choice by choice. And here's the gentle truth: even small steps count. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with one thing that feels right today. Maybe it's a walk, a short chat with a friend, or 5 minutes of journaling. Each action is a seed that grows into a life full of peace, happiness, and fulfillment. By relying on yourself in these ways, you also give your family and loved ones the gift of seeing you empowered, calm, and joyful. Independence doesn't push people away. It allows you to be fully present with them, to share moments without worry, and to enjoy life together more deeply. So remember, your health, your mind, your emotions, your friendships, your hobbies, and your financial independence, they are your anchors. They are your tools for a life that is truly yours. And the best time to start is now, with one small, mindful choice. Let's take a moment to really feel the power of what you're capable of. You have lived decades, faced challenges, celebrated victories, and grown wiser with each year. That experience is yours, and it's your greatest strength. The 6 pillars we've talked about are not new skills you need to master, they are tools you already carry within you. You just need to give them attention. Think about the small victories you can achieve today. A short walk that fills you with energy. A conversation that makes you smile. A few minutes spent on a hobby that reminds you how alive you feel. Each one is a gentle but powerful reminder: you can create joy. You can create calm. You can care for yourself. And here's the thing: your actions matter not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. When you rely on yourself, you inspire others. Family sees your independence and feels proud. Friends feel your energy and optimism. You become a beacon of possibility, showing that happiness and peace don't have to wait. They can be created each day. You might also notice something subtle but important. The more you focus on your own well-being, the more meaningful your relationships become. Without depending on others to provide happiness, you can engage with family and friends from a place of fullness and joy. Conversations become lighter, laughter comes more easily, and moments together are richer and more satisfying. So here's a gentle invitation: start today. Pick one small action: walk, read, call a friend, spend time on a hobby, reflect quietly, check your budget. Feel the satisfaction that comes from taking care of yourself. And tomorrow, add another small step. Over time, these choices build a life that is stronger, calmer, and more joyful than you might have imagined. Remember, this is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about honoring yourself, your experience, and your right to happiness and peace. Each choice you make matters. Each action is a seed for a brighter, more independent life. As we come to the final part of our journey together today, let's take a quiet moment to reflect. You have within you 6 powerful pillars: your health, your mind, your emotional well-being, your social connections, your hobbies, and your financial independence. Each one is a tool, a resource, and a guide to living a life full of peace, joy, and confidence. Remember, these pillars are yours to rely on. They are not dependent on anyone else, and yet they enhance your relationships, your experiences, and your daily life. They remind you that happiness, calm, and fulfillment come from choices you make each day. And the beauty of it is, you already have everything you need to begin. Imagine a life where you wake up feeling energized, your mind alert, your heart calm, and your spirit full of curiosity. Picture yourself connecting with friends and family from a place of strength and joy, spending time on things that make you happy, and knowing that your finances and your health are supporting you, not holding you back. That life is possible, and it starts with the smallest step you take today. So here's my gentle invitation to you: choose one small action right now that nourishes your health, your mind, your spirit, or your independence. Take a short walk, make a phone call, read a page, spend a few minutes on a hobby, reflect quietly, or review a simple budget. Feel the power and satisfaction of taking care of yourself. And tomorrow, take another step. And the next day, another. Slowly, gently, consistently, you are creating a life that is truly yours, a life filled with calm, joy, confidence, and freedom. You are capable. You are strong. You are deserving of happiness and peace every single day. So, dear friends, begin today. Trust yourself. Nurture yourself. And know that with each small step, you are building a life that is not only long, but full, vibrant, and deeply fulfilling. The journey is yours and it is beautiful. If today's message gave you something to think about, please give it a thumbs up so it can reach someone else who may be struggling with the same question. And subscribe to Senior Longevity Tips if you haven't yet. This is your daily home for honest conversations about aging well, setting boundaries, and living with purpose and confidence after 60. Finally, let me thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about yourself and your future. Remember, happiness and peace after 60 are absolutely possible, and every small step you take matters. Stay wise, stay vibrant, and I'll see you in the next video.